Hi everyone and welcome back to India Rain Rocks. Just before we get into today's video, I would like to remind you all that if you didn't see last week's video, I am in fact doing a Louis Tomlinson giveaway for a festival cup and wristband. So if you haven't watched that video, link is up there, you can go watch it. All of the rules are on the video and in the description, and good luck to anyone who has already entered. So today's video is going to be all about my experience seeing and meeting Niall at the ISPS HANDA in 2019. So if you don't know already, I did actually go and see Niall play golf in the ISPS HANDA this year, 2021. So if you haven't seen that vlog, the link is up there, you can go and watch it if you would like. And obviously today is exactly 1 year since Niall performed at the Royal Albert Hall and did a global live stream. So obviously, naturally, I had to do a Niall video for today because today is all about Niall, and I'm even wearing my Royal Albert Hall merch. So I'm gonna kind of talk about, because I went to Ireland for a week, and I was there at the golf for 3 days. I think I went to the golf 3 days, and then the rest of the time me and my mum just spent exploring Ireland and going to different places all around Ireland. So I'll talk about like the different things that we did on the 3 days that we went to the golf in this video. So for the first time ever, Modest and the ISPS actually had a live music at the golf, and they were going to have live music on the Tuesday, which was the day before the Pro-Am, and then the Saturday and Sunday, which are kind of like the two main days for the golf tournament. And on the Tuesday, Niall had his friends Wild Youth come and perform, and then just before they came on, Niall actually went on stage and did a little bit of an interview, kind of just kind of basically to open the week and like open the show. So I'll show you that interview here.
Come on everybody for Niall HORAN! Right, Nick, great to see you. How's things?
Not too bad, all good, good start.
Good man, right. So, listen, we'll talk music and all very shortly, but first and foremost, Skelgorm, this is a very special event over the next few days. Congratulations. First of its kind. Just explain to everybody if they don't know what the crack is.
Yeah, well it's, as you say, it's the first of its kind in Europe. It's men and women in the same tournament, playing for equal prize money for a change. And it's something that I've always been passionate about getting women into playing sport in general, and obviously the sport I'm most passionate about is golf. And I think the turnout from the pro golfers this week on the female side has been unbelievable, because they want to grow the game too. And we're all on the same page, we're all here for the same reason. And I think it's going to be a bigger week. I've been saying it all along, but I think it's a bigger week in sport and in golf than we think. I think this is going to go on to do great things in the next few years, and I'm excited we're here from the start.
I tell you what, you must be proud of yourself for the impact you've made on the game of golf. For someone who came from a total other arena into the golf world, you're doing incredible, man.
Giving it a go, you know, I love golf, and it's obviously clearly a passion of mine, and any way I can help to get people playing the game, you know, I'll give it a go, and this is a good start, I suppose.
Good lad. And here, listen, how's your golf?
Suspect. Not playing the greatest stuff in my life at the moment, but I've been busy making an album. So I'll take that. That's all right.
Yeah, you've been stuck in the studio. When are we going to get some music?
I'll have a single probably by the end of September or something like that. And then album probably in the new year, I'd say.
And are we going to get this Shawn Mendes collaboration?
I mean, I've never been asked that question before. I will give it a go at some time, some stage, yeah.
No dates just yet. Right, listen, thank you very much for having us all. Are we all excited? Before you bring on this lot, what do you make of this band?
I love them, they're good friends of mine. They're a band that started a few years ago in Dublin. 4 very passionate lads, and some great songwriting going on here. And they're ones to watch out for sure. Wild Youth!
And then the rest of the night was just basically spent me dancing like crazy with my friends and just honestly having like the most amazing time. And the whole time we were there, Niall was actually standing behind us watching Wild Youth. We left him alone all night, none of us went up to him. We literally, like, he was standing like there and we were literally standing like way away from him. Like, we gave him his space, he was with his mum, we didn't want to disturb him and disturb his night. So the next day was obviously the Pro-Am. So we all got there around about 11:30ish. I kind of met up with all my friends at that time, and we just kind of hung around the clubhouse and were just waiting for Niall to arrive, basically, with all the other fans. Then Niall arrived just before 12ish probably, and he walked in and said good morning to us all and hoped we had a good day. Hi Niall! Hi. Obviously he went into the clubhouse and then he came back out to do a little bit of practicing, so here is some footage of that.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na na.
I'd say about halfway round he hit his ball a little bit too hard and it very nearly hit a group of fans, and very luckily it landed about 5 feet away from them. So he walked up to them and he was like, I didn't hit you, did I? I'm so sorry. And then because it had landed in the long grass and wasn't actually on the fairway anymore and it landed in the long grass, he couldn't find it. So his security had to ask us and was just like, do you mind like helping us find the ball? So we were like, okay. So then we were all just walking around in this long grass looking for the ball, and then I saw this, like, you know, both golf balls are white. I saw this white thing in the grass, so I was like, Niall, I found your ball. So to shout him to come over. So I went to kind of step back to give him space, obviously, to like look for it and kind of organise his shot. And then he like stood right in front of me, looked down and went, I can't see it. And I was like, it's right in front of you. So I went, it's there, and like pointed at the floor and I was like, it's there, it's there. He was like, I can't see it, I can't see it. So naturally I just crouched down onto my knees and pointed where the ball was. And he was like, oh right, okay, yeah, I can see it. So yes, once I'd crouched down and pointed at the ball, Niall basically saw it, so I stepped back, obviously to give him space to hit the ball. At one point, like, there was wasps at this golf everywhere, and now I hate wasps. I don't like them. They're just like, they scare me because I know they can sting me, and I'm like, I don't like them. So basically there were wasps going around and everyone was like trying to run away from the wasps. And at one point one landed on Niall's back, and my friend said to me, she was like, oh my god, Niall's got a wasp on its back. So I just said, like, I didn't even kind of shout it to him, I just kind of said it in a normal voice, and I was like, Niall, there's a wasp on your back. And he like turned around and went, what are you doing looking? And I was like, so you don't get stung? Sorry. But anyway, joke was on him because I wasn't around to tell him at one point during the day that there was a wasp near him, and then he got stung on his finger. So obviously he was kidding when he said, "What are you doing looking?" So anyway, he carried on playing, and then it got towards the end of like his sort of full round, and about 3 or 4 holes away from the very, very end, the tournament basically got rained off, and they'd told everyone basically to come back inside because the weather was too bad and I don't think it was going to let up, so they basically just cancelled the whole pro-am. And it was a shame really, because obviously like things like that, like obviously I know that I'm like able to go and see Niall quite a lot, like in London and when he does things in the UK, especially at this point, but over in Ireland, like people don't really get to see him all that often because unfortunately he doesn't get to go back there that often because of his busy schedule. So it's really sad like for all the Irish fans that kind of had to have this tournament like called off early, so it kind of meant that they didn't get to see Niall for as long that day, even though he was going to be at the golf for the rest of the week. It's like that day was just kind of special because obviously we got to spend so much time with him because he was playing golf and things. But it was all good in the end, and Niall just proved his legend behaviour as per usual, because we all thought there's no way he's going to meet people now because it's really badly raining and it's just wet, everyone's cold, we're all a little bit miserable because of the weather. So obviously, like I always say, we never go to golf, like me and my friends, we never go to golf kind of expecting to meet Niall. We mainly just go to have a good day with each other and see Niall play golf, and if we meet him it's always an added bonus, and if we don't really care. Well, not that we don't care, we're just not bothered because we've had like such an amazing day anyway. But this man just proved his bit, like how legendary he is, because he, despite the weather, literally stood and took pictures with everyone. Granted, yes, it was in groups obviously to get it going quicker because the weather wasn't so great, but he still could have thought to himself, I'm just going to go inside because it's really wet and it's not fair on everyone else. But he didn't. He literally stood and he took the time to take pictures in like groups of 10, and it was just amazing, like standing there watching him do it, and I was just like, he's literally so amazing. Like, even though like people aren't getting the individual pictures that they probably wanted, they're still getting a picture with Niall because he's just like making sure that he can accommodate in any way he can to make sure everyone gets a picture. And I love him for that. He's the best. He is literally the best. So me and my friends were probably standing in line for a good 10 minutes watching Niall like go through and meet everybody, and we were quite near the back. So obviously as like more and more people went through, like the groups were in like groups of 10, so then by the time like it was kind of our turn, there was like less people, so we didn't have a group of 10, I had a group of 3, so it was me and my 2 friends Lena and Leona. And basically it got to being our turn to meet Niall, and because we'd kind of obviously gone round with him all day and watched him play golf, and then obviously I had to help him find his golf ball because he couldn't find it or see it, basically as we were going to walk up to him, he went, "Oh, there they are, it's good to see you," and I like ran up to him and just gave him a hug, and I don't know why, like my initial reaction was to just run and give him a hug, so he like hugged me back, and then Lena and Leona came behind me and they gave him hugs as well, and he was like, "Oh, thanks for coming girls," and then said every year, and I was like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, because I have been to that golf. I've been to the Northern Ireland golf literally since 2017, and we'd kind of talked about it a little bit in my Florida meet and greet with Niall, because we went to that golf in 2018 and he wasn't able to attend because he had a meeting. So we mentioned to him in my Florida meet and greet that we had gone to the golf and he wasn't there, and he was like really apologetic and really sorry that he wasn't there, and we were like, we were gonna go anyway, just obviously to support Modest and to watch the golf. And so it was just nice to kind of have that recognition from him where he was like, thanks for coming every year, like just knowing that he's grateful, like me and my mum go to support him every year there. And I was just so like, oh my goodness. So in my picture I literally have like the cheesiest grin. I was like, and yes, so after that I think I said some other things to him as well, but I actually can't remember what I said, because like my mum said before the pictures were being taken, my mum was like, what else were you saying to him, because your mouth kept moving. And I was like, I actually don't know. I think I asked him how he played and he said bad, and I was like, you're literally really good, why do you keep saying you're bad? And then we got the pictures, obviously then we said bye, walked off, and then the rest of my friend group kind of came down. They got their pictures with Niall, they had a bit of a laugh with him too. So after our couple of days touring Ireland and going around and exploring all the amazing places around there, honestly Northern Ireland is probably like one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited in my life, and I seriously recommend like going there. If you can get there, go explore, because it's honestly such a beautiful country. Wow. So we ended up going back to Northern Ireland on the Saturday evening and just basically chilled out. We didn't go to the golf or anything, because by the time we got back it was quite late, so everything had kind of gone off. So we had a chilled out evening, got up, went back the next day, and that's obviously when the prize giving is, because Sunday is the last day of the golf and when it was the prize giving. And this was also the very first time they had a man and woman both win the same prize money. It was the very first year they'd done it, so it was just amazing to like be there and see how it all unfolded, and just like obviously it was a great day for women in golf. So me and my mum, we always sit in the grandstand on this day, so we're sitting in the grandstand and we could see Niall down at the bottom, so I've got a little bit of content that I'll put here.
This event, of course, was presented by Modest Golf. It wouldn't happen without them. Please welcome the director, Mark McDonald. Who obviously has another career I don't know about somewhere. And last but not least, the man himself, the owner of Modest Golf, Mr. Niall HORAN. Mark, could I ask you up just to say a few words before I make the first presentation, since you got the biggest round of applause, to be fair. How big a success has this been for Modest, for ISPS HANDA, the new sponsors?
Yeah, I think it's been an incredible week. It's so good to see another golf tournament here so shortly after the Port Rush and the Open. Yeah, this week's been a new event, a new message. We've been delighted to welcome over 100 females from 50 different countries to play for equal money. So yeah, it's been a really special week.
And it will leave a legacy, I'm sure, in the game.
It really would. I mean, 6 months ago this event didn't exist, so it's thanks to ISPS HANDA who made this event happen. We've been delighted to work with them, and hopefully this event is just a start and it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mark McDonald, thank you very much indeed.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love.
Now, how big a success has this tournament been this week?
It's been huge. Thank you to everyone for coming out and everyone for playing as well. I actually got goosebumps there when you said that we've previously had one winner here. It just made me think how quick this has come together over the last kind of 6 to 8 months, and now we've got a local girl winning it as well. It's the perfect story for her to come back from the States and play in front of her own crowd and win. you know, the fairy tale ending really.
It's been a very quick journey for Modest Golf. It's been a really quick journey for this tournament as well. Do you envisage it getting even bigger here in Northern Ireland?
Yeah, I think I can pretty much guarantee it over the coming years it's going to be an even bigger event for more money, and hopefully we can make this into, as you say, make something of a legacy of it. It's been we've been working on this event with the Challenge Tour for a few years now, but to see it come on like it has in the last few months with the girls getting involved and playing for equal pay, which we're all hunting for, and this being the first of its kind in Europe. And hopefully it kicks on from here and really, as I said before, entices other big sponsors around the world and all the different tours to get involved and you know, give the women what they really deserve.
How big do you think this has been for the women's game this week?
Yeah, I think it's been huge. You know, as I said, for ladies to be playing, you know, I think we've seen the talent on display and what's out there, you know, in the women's world, and for them to be able to play for equal pay is huge, and hopefully, as I said, it kicks on.
So it was just great to see all of that, and then obviously the prize giving went on. Everyone said congratulations, everyone got pictures and things with the winners, and then it was basically time for all the crew to say bye to each other. So Niall was kind of saying bye to all like the important people that were there at the golf, and then he kind of like walked in front of me and my mum to like meet up with somebody that he knew, and just after he got pictures with their daughters, or daughter and her friend, I'm not too sure, me and my mum shouted down basically congratulating him on such an amazing week, and he turned around and was like, oh cheers girls, thanks.
Well done, Niall. Great win.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love.
So yeah, after that Niall pretty much jumped in his car, and that was the end of my lovely island adventure. If you can get to a golf when golf is on, go to one. Please go to one. I promise you, you will have the best day, especially if it's a pro-am with Niall and you're meeting up with all your friends. Honestly, it is such a fun day. Everyone I talk to that's ever been to a golf always says about how much of an amazing day they've had, and like I know some people went to a golf recently and didn't get to meet Niall, but they said that it was just an amazing day anyway because they got to see him play golf and just be with their friends. So I promise, if you can get to a golf, go to one. But yes, that is basically it. I just want to finish this video by telling you all to follow your passion, make it happen, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!